Welcome everyone to this first session of the webinar on design presented by the Vogue Institute of Art and Design. My name is Shruti Gupta. I'm working as an assistant professor and will present you. And today I am a presenter. Okay. Today we have Ruchi and Shashank with us, who are based out of Delhi, and they have their own firm in Delhi, which is R plus S. They are doing architecture and interior related work with their clients. So now I would like to hand over the session to Ruchi and Shashank. Ruchi.
Thank you. Hi guys. Thank
Hello,
you.
hi guys. I'm Shashank.
And I'm Ruchi. Thank you, Shruti, for joining. And,
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah. And thank you guys. So we can see there are almost more than 100 people we have with us right now. So guys, I know you all are raising your hands, and whenever if you have questions, we will do it in the later half of the session. So be patient. First, let's just start with the presentation. So Shruti, do you think it's the right time? Should I start it?
Yeah, we can start.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much. I'm going to take this from here. Okay, guys. So first of all, yeah. So guys, just whoever participants are there, just write yes if you are able to. You can hear our audio. Quickly, just write yes in the chat.
Yeah, so many years has come.
Okay, I can see that. So people are able to see. Thank you, everyone. So okay, let's start. First of all, thank you, Vogue, for giving us an opportunity to come here and give you a quick presentation on the luxury interiors. First of all, just let me tell you about me and Shashank. All right, just let's go ahead. Okay, so who we are? We both are husband and wife team, and we started this company, our group, in 2015 officially, but unofficially we started in 2013, and then we actually gave it a name. It's called as the Design du Jour Group, and now Ruchi and Shashank is our brand name, so we go ahead with that only. So we have been working with many global and Indian companies like Sephora, Bunyad, and Zaya. All those companies we have been working, and now we have started expanding globally, and we are again actually doing all the luxury interior projects. All right. So this is a small introduction about us, and I am an architect by profession, and I'm educated, and I'm a BArch, and I've completed my BArch in 2007, and from APJ, Greater Noida. And since then, I've worked with like top most architects of India, like CP Kukreja, etc. And I think Shashank would like to speak about himself.
Hi, I'm Shashank and I'm an interior designer. I have completed my master's from Italy. So for now we can continue with the presentation.
Okay, guys. So before we just start with the presentation, these are few of our recent awards which we got, some media coverage which we got, our company got. So we got the best luxury space designers of 2019 in Northern Zone, and it was published in many e-newspapers like New Delhi Times, Outlook, The Week, and right now I am also nominated as a women entrepreneur from Times of India. If you can see, it's just a nomination from their side. So let's see how does it happen. So guys, please, I request you, don't raise your hands. You can. We will just talk about it, whatever you want in the later stage. All right. So just let's go. Let's start with the presentation. जो हमारा आज topic है, luxury interiors. Okay. So luxury interiors. Now is the time you write, guys. Whenever you chat, make sure आपका जो 2 है उसमें panelist and attendees दोनों आया हुआ हो, not only the panelists, so that everyone can see what you are talking about. Okay, so guys, सबसे पहले luxury term जब आपके दिमाग में आता है तो मुझे क्विकली बताओ, वन वर्ड, व्हाट यू लग्जरी इंटीरियर्स जब आता है तो एक वर्ड आपके दिमाग में क्या आता है? कम ऑन, let's see what you all write, and make sure it's to all attendees and panelists. Gold, comfort, elegance, rich and comfort, royal, exclusiveness. Okay, good, come on. Glass. Okay, that's, yeah, there are a lot of good answers you have, but you know what, luxury is a vague term in itself. You know, luxury में इतना कुछ आता है, लेकिन luxury के जो 3 ingredients हैं, so let's just go ahead with कि luxury के अपने 3 ingredients क्या हैं. Okay, so first of all, the 3 ingredients of luxury are comfort, elegance and personal touches. All right, so actually जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, luxury is very hard to define, but still the जो मैंने आपको comforts बताए वो यही हैं. Luxury actually एक word है जो, you know, it's a word, आप ये सोचो कि it should, a luxury is a space which should be able to pamper you, you know, and we should feel associated with our space. All right, क्या होता है, वी जनरली हम लोग डिजाइन कर देते हैं एंड क्लाइंट के लिए, और लग्जरी सोच के हम इतना कुछ वहां भर देते हैं, इतना कलरफुल बना देते हैं. सो द प्रॉब्लम इज क्लाइंट को एसोसिएटेड जो है वो फील नहीं होता है. ऑलराइट, सो जैसे मैंने लिखा है, अगर आप ये लाइन पढ़ो कि वी शुड ऑफन फील एसोसिएटेड विद पर्टिकुलर फीलिंग्स इन द कंसेप्ट ऑफ लग्जरी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू हैव कम from your work or your college, and if you're tired and you're just lying down on a beautiful plush sofa, you know, you have felt belonged. All right, and then if you are taking a hot bath in a beautiful jacuzzi, you feel belong. That's luxury. All right, luxury is not ki space bhar diya bahut sara. All right, and then for example, even if you are cooking, you have a beautiful island kitchen and you are cooking, you feel belong. So basically you have to feel associated. All right, you have to feel indulge in that space with your comfort and elegance. Of course luxury means grandness, royal, जो भी आप लोगों ने बोला, but ये basic primary चीजें हैं एक luxury की. All right, you don't have to be very uncomfortable. All right,
basically it's a style statement.
Yeah, it's a style statement. Of course, I agree with Shashank, it's a style statement. And plus, you know, your home or your office, you know, it's like an oasis from outside, and when you are constantly catering the needs you have, and you should, you know, then luxury comes in the mind, and if you see a space you will be able to actually see it. But आजकल क्या हो रहा है, luxury term को बिल्कुल गलत लिया जा रहा है. So let's go ahead on the next slide. What people think luxury is, but it's not. Okay, so luxury is not about high prices. This is, you know, totally a misconception about all this. So luxury is about experience and exclusivity. All right, so you may have all the money in the world, कितना भी पैसा है आपके पास, it doesn't matter. If you can't provide unique experience, it doesn't matter how expensive you are, it doesn't even matter, you know. So luxury is about, you know, making the experience unique. That's important. You should always remember that. पैसा खर्च करके तो कोई भी कुछ भी कर लेता है, लेकिन अगर हम अपने एक जब भी जैसे मेरे पास क्लाइंट्स आते हैं, अपने बजट लेकर आते हैं, उसमें भी हम उनको लग्जरी स्पेसेस निकाल के हैं, दैट एंड प्लस यूनिक एक्सक्लूसिव स्पेसेस व्हिच आर डिजाइन्ड specially for them and to cater their needs. So that's luxury. You will be able to see on the further slides what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so एक आजकल सोसाइटी में हमारी प्रॉब्लम बहुत आ गई है कि लोगों को लगता है कि लग्जरी क्या होती है. लग्जरी लोगों को लगता है, you know, some designers nowadays have devalued the whole changing and quick fix idea that, you know, we just paint the wall and just throw a few expensive cushions and redo a sofa cloth and put some expensive painting, and yes, and the design is achieved. No, it's wrong. That's This is called a decoration part. That's not a designing part. Of course, the decoration is very, very important, but this is a final stage of the process. I just hope you all are getting what I'm trying to say, that the architecture of this space is the first process, and then decoration comes second. I'll just, you know, so as a designer, I know, I'm sure you all are designing students and design graduates, I'm sure. So just uh, these are the three levels on which you should always design for your clients. Number one, functionality. Number two, emotionally. Number three, aesthetically. All right. So that's really, really, really important. Okay, guys. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. Functionally means कि आपका जो डिजाइन है, आपका जो कोई भी डिजाइन है, अभी तो मैं लग्जरी की बात कर रही हूँ, लेकिन अगर वो नॉन लग्जरी डिजाइन भी है, सो इट शुड बी फंक्शनली वेरी गुड. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक रूम आपने डिजाइन किया, बेड कहीं और लगा दिया, साइड टेबल दूर कर दी, बीच में स्पेस खुला हुआ है. That's wrong. In the next slide, I'll show you what I'm trying to say by the word functionally. Emotionally means your client should be, or you, if you're designing a space for yourself, they should be able to connect with you. All right, they should be able to connect emotionally with the space you are designing. ऐसा नहीं है कि क्लाइंट के आपने डिजाइन कर दिया बिना उसकी नीड्स जाने कुछ भी, और वो इमोशनली उससे डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया, उसको आपका डिजाइन कभी अच्छा नहीं लगने वाला है. ऑलराइट, एंड देन कम्स एस्थेटिक्स, जो हम बात कर रहे हैं कि पेंट करना है, कुशंस डालने हैं, all those stuff. All right, so that's very, very, very important कि architecture of the space is the first priority, and then comes the aesthetics and the decoration, which is extremely important. All right, okay, so
Ruchi, I just interrupt in 1 minute. Are you sharing the screen with attendees?
yes, guys,
they are not able to see the screen, the presentation.
is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to share it once again.
Okay.
Can they see now? Everyone, can you see?
I think now they can see.
Oh my God.
They were requesting from a long time. Okay.
Oh,
okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, okay, guys. Sorry for that. Okay. All right. So, I think मैंने ये स्लाइड समझा दी है. तो इस स्लाइड में बस यही है कि आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ द स्पेस सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, जिसमें फंक्शन, इमोशन और एस्थेटिक्स आते हैं. ओके, सो नाउ जस्ट लेट्स गो टू आवर नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. ऑलराइट, ओके गाइस. सो अगर अभी जो मैंने बातें करी, आई एम श्योर आप, इफ यू कैन you see this image? In this image, 1 second, I'll just do a quick pointer. Okay, look at this image, guys. यहाँ पे सारी जरूरत की चीजें हैं. All right, bed, side table, lamp, etc. But do you think it's well designed? No, right? And look at the images below. Do you think it's well designed? I'm sure you would say yes. Okay, and look here to the right side. Look here. This is again, according to few people, must be a very well designed space. But see the architecture of the space. इधर सोफा है, कितनी दूर इसकी साइड टेबल है. Alright, so this is what I'm trying to say. Function, सबसे important is function. You should be able to, your space should speak for itself. Alright, okay, let's go. I'm sure you have got what I'm trying to say, कि सिर्फ दीवारें पेंट करने से और एक क्वेश्चन लगाने और पेंटिंग लगाने से लग्जरी डिजाइन नहीं अचीव होता है. बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं उसके अंदर. ऑलराइट, ओके, सो very, very important slide. There are different, types of luxury styles. All right, so जैसे मैंने बताया, luxury is actually a very very vague term, you know, but there are some important elements of the luxury. You know, some people relate luxury with, जैसे अभी मैंने आपसे जब हम start हुए थे, I asked you all a question that I asked you all a question कि define luxury. तो आप लोगों ने लिखा, किसी ने gold, किसी ने interesting चीजें जैसे comfort, बहुत सारे लोगों ने अलग अलग चीजें लिखी ऐसे ही, you know. Some people relate it to as an aesthetic, and while other, you know, feel that it's an overindulgence. All right, but when it comes to interior design, we all can agree that luxury is a lifestyle, and it is certainly is a lifestyle, and that's depend upon a designer how you are going to give that lifestyle to your client. And it's extremely important, you know. It's not easy to be a luxury designer, I'll tell you that. Okay, so the concept of luxury can be achieved through various styles. That's very important, guys. So luxury आया कहाँ से? Luxury has come from luxury के बहुत सारे हमारे 15-16 centuries से बहुत सारे styles थे हमारे बारे में. So I have taken few important styles. तो उसके बारे में हम बहुत ही quick study करेंगे, and ताकि you all of you should know that हिस्ट्री क्या है, लग्जरी आया कहाँ से, और आज हम कहाँ हैं, कहाँ से आए हैं लग्जरी से गुजरते हुए, राइट. डेस्टिनेशन भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, बट जर्नी उससे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है. सो जस्ट लेट
Ruchi, hi, I'm just interrupting. Before starting to the journey, I just like to inform you, there are so many listeners who are from South India. So they might get difficulty to understanding Hindi, I guess. Huh? Okay. So just check, use less Hindi words. I think they are not able to understand.
Okay, I will try to use very less Hindi.
Please, okay.
Okay. So,
please continue, yeah, Ruchi.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
You know what, guys, I'm unable to see your chats while I'm speaking, because when I speak, I just go with the flow and I'm quite concentrated in what I'm talking about. So that's why Shruti is interrupting. So, you know, Shruti, you're most welcome to interrupt anytime if something is going wrong. All right. So I'm going to try and speak in English as much as I can. But being a North Indian, I'm used to speak in Hindi. So I'll try my best. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay, guys. Let's go with the styles. You know, the journey, as I was saying, that more than destination, journey is also important. So I don't want you to go too much deep in the styles which I'm talking about. I have created this PDF, this presentation, so that you can read it on a later stage. But still, these are few types of luxury interior design, like neoclassical luxury, Victorian luxury, traditional luxury, Baroque luxury, Rococo luxury, modern, contemporary, and hybrid. Okay, just let's start with the classical. Okay, guys. So this is neoclassical. Neoclassical is basically, it's inspired from Greek and Romans, and the few elements, if you see the pictures, you'll understand by the pictures that what I'm trying to, you know, talk about. Classical means that it's timeless. Classical is also called timeless. So whenever we use few elements from the classical interiors, you will be able to, you know, upgrade your interiors in the form of luxury. So few of its element, if any one of you have been outside India or especially Italy, you must have seen the grand arches and the grand churches with a lot of decorations. So the few elements are its tall pillars and the grand ceilings, and it has a timeless appeal. Regardless of what time or the period, it still remains as a high standard. Just now I told you the same, that this is a timeless theme which anyone can use in their interiors. So I'm just giving you a gist so that you understand, and you can, whichever style you like, you can go back and read about it in detail. All right. So this was the neoclassical or classical luxury. Okay, this is next is Victorian style. You know, Victorian style is very interesting style. Victorian style started when the Queen Victoria came into the possession, and it was around 1800 to 1900, approximately 60-65 years she was there. And the Victorian style was really, really popular. And if you see from the images on the bottom of the screen, these are the few images from the old, that time of Victorian style. You know, you see that, you know, they used to use a rich and the dark colors such as ruby reds, green forest, dark blue, and a beautiful massive flock and damask style, and large bold foliage wallpapers they used to use. You know, something which is very extravagant. So they used to use those kind of things, like, you know, their furniture was always overstuffed, and they had
Exaggerated luxury.
exactly, the luxury was always exaggerated, high detailed, lot of patterns. And they used to have lot of fabrics, the use of lot of fabrics in their designs. And also the ornated marbles and cast iron fireplaces. So these are the few elements I have specially highlighted, the elements for you guys, because, you know, you would obviously understand that okay, there was a Victorian luxury, but you'll forget. But if you remember these elements, you'll be able to use them in your design. All right, I really like, personally like, Victorian style. So this is a slide you should read about how to use this in your design. So no, so these days this style is used with contemporary flares to create amazing luxury design. If you just mix it with a little contemporary modern design, it is going to create a beauty to your design. Okay, so it's, and that's very, very important thing, it's mostly suited for large spaces like villas and penthouses, and it's not recommended for a small space because it's gonna make the small space look more smaller. All right guys, one second. All right, let's go ahead. Traditional. Traditional is also very interesting. And if you go to, you all are from South India, and majorly the traditional has come from the Cochin side. All, you know, tradition means, you know, this design actually uses the wooden accents and warm colors. That's a traditional luxury. So whenever we incorporate some elements like wooden elements, warm colors, detailed and heavy carvings, crafted furniture, these are the things which are there in the traditional luxury. All right, so since there is a lot of detailed furnishings in the style of this traditional style of interior design, it also looks very good if you actually use it fully. If you're using traditional luxury partially in your design, it is okay to do it in a small space. But if you are actually using it in a completely use, making your space traditional, so I think you should actually go with a huge mansions and all right. So again, this actually seems vague, but it's not. You have to have grand lighting, and this is a phenomenal luxury style if you know how to use it wisely. All right, let's go ahead with the next style. Baroque style. Okay, this is also very, very interesting. You know, this style actually began in 17th century in Rome, and it actually then spread slowly to whole of the Europe, and majorly Central Europe, like and Northern Italy, Spain, Portugal, Australia. Sorry. So this is very, very interesting style because, you know, it is actually a, it's called a contrast movement. You know, the earlier they were coming from the classical and neoclassical, and then this style came. All right, so I'll just give you a highlight what is this style is. So if you have use of bold, bright, intense colors, loud paintings, lot of carvings, that's this style. All right, so Baroque style is it should be able to, when you see the when you see this style, you have impact on your visuals. You feel very, oh, that wow, it's maximalism. It's maximalism. Everything is maximized in this design. It will give you a grandeur and a surprise and a sense of that, wow.
A complete luxury.
It's a complete luxury, or you can say exaggerated luxury is this style. All right. So now comes Rococo style. All right. The Baroque style was there from 17th century to 1730. All right. So there is another style which is called Rococo style. This style is actually a tail of Baroque style. Okay. This is very, very important, which you should know that this is a tail. So the elements which you see in the Rococo style are few inherited from the previous style. But Rococo style is very, very interesting again. And I'm telling you, if you read about this style, you will be able to see that majorly Europe has followed this kind of style. All right. I'll just tell you quickly about the elements of this style. And tell you, it was actually a darling theme of French aristocracy back in the 18th century. All the upper classes. So the Rococo style was actually, what happened when it was majorly used by upper class in their houses, and then slowly, when the style started dominating, it went into their churches and everything. So Rococo style is again exuberant decoration. All right. It has abundance of curves and undulations and elements, modeled in nature. There is a leaf. If you see this leaf, it's called acanthus, and you see that in a lot of Roman and Greek and all those columns. All right, this leaf is there since the beginning, and it's majorly used. Okay, so I'll just go ahead with what I was saying. So the exteriors of Rococo building were oftenly simple, while the interiors were dominated by ornament. So in this style, the exterior of the architecture was very, very simple, but interior were hugely and dominantly ornamented. All right. So the planning in Rococo style was also complex. It's not just about the decoration, it was in the planning also. So they used to plan in some ovals. If you just go back and on the Google and just look at some Rococo style planning designs of churches, they used to do the planning in form of complex ovals.
A lot of curves actually.
Yes, they actually used to use a lot of curves. So it's a very interesting style. Go back and study about it. I could only, it's a small presentation. I could just give you a gist of everything. All right. So this was about Rococo, but you would, that's a question that which you should have asked me, and it should have come into your mind that what is the difference between Rococo and Baroque then? Both are ornamented and both are exaggerated. What is the difference? So the main difference is that in Rococo style, there were the majorly there was a use of Chinese elements like dragons, monkeys, angels. If you just go back and see this image, so it's a dragon which is used, and there was pagodas. This is the pagodas. This they used to use in their designs. So that's a major difference between the Rococo and the Baroque style. Okay, now let's go ahead. Okay, so next is the modern luxury. All right, so modern luxury in one simple, guys, please don't raise hands. I'm gonna answer your queries very, very soon. Let's just finish the presentation first, because then otherwise the flow will break. So I really request you not to raise your hands. All right, so okay, I was talking about the modern luxury. This is a elaborated side, but very, very importantly, one thing which you should understand is when the modern age came in the early 19 in the start of 20th century, it actually broke the concept of tradition, classical, baroque, rococo, everything. So simple neat lines. So everything which is breaking the traditional thing is called the modern thing. So that you must understand ki how this came into the existence. So I'm just going to read it quickly for you. So the concept of luxury interpreted in the modern style through clean lines, spacious rooms, zero structural hindrances, and an emphasis of neutral platelet. All right. So modern means that you have to have clean lines, very spacious rooms, and there used to be zero structural hindrances. Like in earlier stages, there were columns which used to come in between the large spaces. So we had columnless spaces in the modern when the modern era came. And okay, so uh, there is important thing also that this I've told you already. So rejecting ornament and embracing minimalism is actually a modernism. All right, so this is all about the modern luxury. Going ahead with the contemporary. Contemporary style is an accumulation of all the styles that were popular in the later half of the 20th century. So, another question, difference between contemporary and modern. There is a very less difference between both of them. The only difference is the timeline. All right, the modern was there in the start of the 20th century, and contemporary has come in on the later half of the century. You will be able to see, that there is a very thin line, very, very thin line between these two styles. But uh, contemporary is again clean lines, straight lines, and luxury spaces. Sometimes you have a statement ceiling, you have beautiful plain floors and light fixtures. And the colors in the contemporary are generally colors in the modern were warm, but colors in the contemporary styles are generally whites. So these are the main difference between modern luxury and contemporary luxury. We generally, if you see our projects, we generally work under these styles, contemporary and modern luxuries. All right. Okay. And the last one is hybrid luxury. And this is very interesting. Hybrid, if you see from the term, what is hybrid? Hybrid means it's a mix and match of two very, very dominant style. Very dominant style. You just have, you don't have to be like that, I just do a contemporary and do something modern. If you mix those two styles, it's not going to make a difference. But in hybrid luxury, if you mix two dominant designs, that becomes a hybrid luxury. And the most common example of this is modern Arabic. If you see here, so modern and Arabic designs have been joined together. And if you just look at this image, modern and the Japanese design have been mixed together. If you see this image, modern and the Victorian style have been merged together. All right, so you have to mix two dominant styles to get this luxury style. All right, so this was all about the history. Do you want to add something?
Oh, it's okay.
All right. Okay. So this was all about luxury, about the history, and this was just to give you a gist that what is the luxury design. So okay, guys, I'm sure most of you are here. Just let me know how many of you have got what I was talking about till now. Just say yes. Why? Just write why if you have got what I'm trying to say till now. Guys,
Lots of yes.
yeah, so lots of yes. I'm very, very good. Yeah, very good. I'm very happy you lot of you have got. Yes, this is history. Of course, it's history. And I'm very happy if you have already studied it. Great. Very nice. Okay, guys. So, thank you. Okay, guys. Now let's just go ahead. I'm going to show you few pictures of our projects, before and after pictures, that how do we achieve luxury. All right, we have studied the style, we have understood the luxury, that what is luxury, what was the history. I'm going to very quickly show you the projects, live projects. Actually, I am purposely taking my live project so that you guys can understand how to use the term luxury in the design. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, so if you just see, this is a before and after image. This is a villa we did in Gurgaon in Delhi. So in the left hand side, there is a, this was a raw structure which we got, and we created this like this. And I'm sure most of you must have noticed that this is the wall here. All right, and there is no wall over here. So this is, I was talking about, before decoration you have to decide about the architecture of the space. So what we did was, their first floor was very dark, so we broke this wall and created a beautiful railing over here, the glass railing, and then this became a double height structure. I'll show you the further images of this. So this is the first floor. We are standing on the first floor, and these are the images of the first floor. So if you see that, by first deciding the architecture of the space, we created an interesting luxury design. All right, now just let's go ahead. Okay, this was their drawing room. This was in this condition earlier, and this is the image after we designed it. We used a little gold, but you see, what we did was, they wanted to use some ornamented tables and golds in there. White and gold was the theme. They wanted to use golds in their theme. So what we did was, we actually kept the base, very lighter, very lighter, creamish. And then if you could see, adding a bold color is creating a luxury to it, adding a luxury to it.
It also breaks the monotony.
Exactly, and it has totally broken the monotony. So we have not filled up the space. If you can see, we have not filled up the space, but yet it has been kept very wisely, with flat ceilings and plain floor with a center carpet. So this defines luxury. Okay, let's just go ahead. So this is another view of this villa. You'll see that the furniture is coming out because we have kept the overall base very neat. All right, that's important. Now let's just go ahead with this. This is a office, finance office we just did for Sephora, and I'm sure the girls must be knowing what is Sephora. All the girls, I'm sorry boys if you don't know. So guys, don't raise hands. I know girls know what Sephora cosmetic is. So we actually got this theme, red, black and white, from the client. It's their standard theme. If you go to any Sephora brand or any Sephora showroom, you will see these kind of colors. So what we did was, we took this color and converted into luxury. If you see, this was the status of the site. So we used white as a background and then highlighted it with the bold colors. I'll just show you some more of its images. You know, guys, you'll see a lot of chandeliers in my design. I really use it in my design. So just look at how we have incorporated the luxury in this. It's a contemporary luxury. You have neat lines but bold colors which are highlighting your interiors. All right, this is the kitchen of the villa. Again, if you can see that, how luxury we have, how we have incorporated the kind of luxury by giving a central island, and we have given a warm color, with the base white, and we have kept the ceiling high. We have not, and plus we have matched the wood of the ceiling and the cabinets together with each other. So that's very, very important in a design, that you should be you should able to understand that, you know, where you should use what kind of colors. If I would have, you know, flipped this, if it was a light color over here and dark color over here, on the above over counter was dark and lower counter was light, then this feel would have gone. So balancing is very important in the luxury style. All right, guys, if you can see, the fan is also wood. Okay, this is how you match the elements actually. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, this is a very interesting project. It is just 9 feet by 9 feet shop. All right, and you see the side picture. It was in terrible situation, and we were told to create it in a you know, any style, but you know, it should be able to attract the customer. So this was very, very challenging project for us. So you know, the benefit of this project, this site, was its arch. All right, and I don't know if there was some other person was there and they would have changed this, but I didn't change it. I used it as architecture in my project. If you just look here on the left hand side, if you can see, first we designed it, that what do we want from outside inside, and then on the next image we created, it's kind of a 3D, that okay, I think we are going to use some of the Roman architecture and those kind of moldings over here, and then this was created. And I'm sorry, it's not a nice picture, we are yet to take its picture. These are the interiors. These are the few interiors of this bakery, and this we use some very interesting elements, and we decorated the whole ceiling with the flower. And again, if you see the chandelier in my design, it's always there. So you know, lighting, luxury may light, in the luxury, lighting is very, very, very important. If you know how to use light perfectly, then you are a master of your luxury design. So just see, this was the interior we created, and this was the result which we got. You know, we have all the lights, we used matching tiles, we used interesting windows. So a beautiful a Venice kind of architecture, interior we tried to create. Okay, so guys, Shruti, how much time do you have more?
Yeah, Ruchi, we have 15 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
15 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
So guys, since you have joined us, I just want to quickly know how many of you are students, how many of you are studying, because I'm gonna give you a very interesting bonus tips right now. Shruti, am I allowed?
Yeah, sure.
For the students? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think majorly we have students with us.
Lots of students.
Yes, majorly we have students with us. Okay, guys, thank you so much for answering. Okay, so guys, first of all, just take the screenshot of this page. This is our website. It's still under upgradation, but you will be able to see our website. Please follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page. Just you have to search it with Ruchi Shashank 24. And very interestingly, I am also doing podcast for the students. If you just go to the Google and just write Ruchi Tandon podcast, and you will be able to see my 2 podcasts which I have issued done till now. It's only for students which I'm doing, and it's very, very informative. I'll just try to do, I'm trying to do it once every week. All right, so okay, great, guys. So guys, this very, very important thing, before I give you some important tips on how to improve your studies, and why I'm giving you this tip. First of all, I should tell you why I want to give this tip is that we have a lot of trainees who come to us and they apply, and we have got we keep getting hundreds of CVs with us. But the problem is the kind of CVs we receive, you know, and when we select that person and that person joins, there is a huge difference. There is a huge difference.
The performance and what
So
they are
yeah,
projecting
so
to us.
number one, the difference is in performance. Guys, please don't raise your hands. I really request you once again. So there is a and plus I'm shocked to see the kind of portfolio people are making right now. You know, Shruti, you won't believe you have students, and I'm sure you must have bright students also there. But you know, I receive one page by complete portfolio also, and it's
Okay.
shocking to me. And you know, while we were studying, we used to spend a huge amount of time on our portfolios. If I remember, we used to get crazy. So there are some tips which I'm going to give to these guys, and I'm not going to take much time. But before that, uh, okay guys, before that, first of all, you all have to tell me, with the luxury interior presentation which is presented by Vogue and Shruti, uh, did you get what I was trying to say? Was it good enough? Was it, I just want to know, did you get, just write why if you have understood till now. And if you have any question, I'm going to take one question. I'm sure Shashank will answer that if possible. If you have any question, just I'm just 1 minute for the question, then we will continue with the very quick tips. I'm just going to take water till now. Come. Okay, guys. The question which I would like to take there on the styles, how to a lot of it's running. Just guys, I'll you can connect with me over mail. I'll answer all your question. But there is one question from Kavya. Kavya, can you write your question once again? It was very interesting question. I'm going to quickly take that question. Kavya, your question has just gone up because we have a flood of questions over here. Kavya, if you're there. Okay, I got the question of Kavya. Kavya asked that, is it actually our own imagination that leads to the designing, or it's a proper technique? Okay, that's a very, very good question, Kavya. Of course, it's technique plus imagination. Only imagination cannot help you. All right. You have to be quite technical also. All right. The way I told you that, there is a process. If you are given a space to do a luxury interior, first of all, you do its concept. All right. You do its concept, and I just told you the 3 points in the beginning. That was functionality, emotionality, and aesthetics. First, you have to see what is the function of a design. If you are designing a living room, you need to understand, do a client need a dining table over there? How many people are going to sit in the living room? You just do a L type of sitting and the client says, oh my God, we have a 15 people here. So of course, technicality is there. First, you have to be technical with your Q&As, question and answers to the question, do a concept, verify, and then, of course, put your imagination in the designing. For example, imagination as in, if client is saying that, all right, Ruchi, all right, Kavya, what you have to do is you have to give me sitting for 10 people. All right. And then Kavya uses her imagination and she says, okay, sir, I'm going to give you sitting sofa for 8 people, but I'm going to give you a beautiful jhula. All right. So that's your imagination. If the structure is so strong and the living space is big, you are going to give them a jhula or a rocking chair. It People can sit over there, but that's your imagination. Or you tell them, I'm going to give you a beautiful Ottoman seating so that you come and have a coffee over there and relax. So yes, imagination and technicality go side by side. All right, guys. All right.
Ruchi, I think Shashank wanted to say something.
Really?
Really? No, she's
Yeah.
good.
Say
Yes,
something. You also give your view. You also give your view.
Shashank, why?
She has already expressed.
No, Shashank is, Shruti, I'm always a speaking first person and I always become the culprit because I speak a lot. And Shashank is always keep quiet and escapes. All right.
But this time we will not leave Shashank, okay? Shashank should answer one question at least.
Yeah, Shashank, you should answer.
Yeah,
one
you
question.
should.
Please.
Come on, you choose the question.
Okay. Let's take the questions.
So, guys, Shashank is going to answer one question for you. What are the major material that you have used in your project till now?
Metals and woods, actually.
Okay, this is a question from Gaurav A, which is Shashank answering. And see, I'm speaking till now. You should...
Oh, please carry on.
Okay, Shashank. Okay, so the question is that what is the major material that you have used in your project till now? Okay, and then Shashank is going to answer that.
The woods and the metal, of course.
So what he's trying to say, these are the two materials which actually are used in our materials, okay, which used in our project. Wood is extensively used in our project, be making plyboard, furniture, etc. And the metals, of course, because we do a lot of mix and match of wood and the metal also.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, oh God, there are a lot of questions coming, guys. When we end this conversation, if Shruti will allow us,
Ruchi, I will allow for next 15 minutes also because we are very much on the time. So we have extra little 15 minutes. Okay, we can take more questions.
Shruti, I would like to take in an end, but I think the information which I want to give them is more important. All right. So I'll of course take a very quick leap. Okay, guys. I will try to answer your questions surely, guys. But okay.
Okay. If you can just give 2 questions answer, that would be good.
Right now or in the last?
Right now.
Right now. There's a very interesting question has come from Ambika Devi, and she's asking, what is your design strategy for the COVID times? Very good question. Design strategy for COVID times will totally depend upon the space that you are designing. All right, Ambika, if you are just listening, just raise your hand. I want you to get involved. Okay, Ambika. So you asked what will happen in the COVID and what are the design strategies. So as I just told, the design strategies will totally depend upon what space you are designing. For example, if you are doing a residential design after the impact of this bad pandemic, and it's going to be very different kind of a strategy with that. And if you are doing an office, or if you're doing a mall, if you're doing a cinema hall, the strategies are going to change. Of course, the result is going to be that there'll be a social distancing, there'll be more hygiene, and there'll be, you know, use of self-protecting kits. But the design strategies are going to be important. I'm going to take a few points, like for example, in offices there'll be a much more bigger desks which are going to come now. As a it's a design strategy. Someone is saying can't hear you. Shruti, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear clearly.
Okay, all right. Okay, so as I was saying, as I was saying, when you're designing an office, designing a space, so you will have a bigger desk. You will have some isolation rooms where if someone is sick, you can ask them to work from there. All right, and now because work from home strategy is coming, then in residences you are going to have a your own space, acoustically treated space, for your work from home. I'm sure majorly, you know, all the teachers you have are married and have kids, so you know it becomes a little tough to do work from home as well. So you need to have a proper strategy while designing. You are going to have more partitions now in, and the, you know, openness of the things becomes less. According to me, in the times of COVID, there are many things which are going to happen in the design after the COVID. And Shruti, this
Mm,
question I took because that we are doing a
mm.
research also on the same
Okay,
topic. And
okay.
we are very good, me and my team, we are doing a research on the
Mm,
uh, space wise. All right, if it's
okay.
an office, what will be the
Mm,
implication, and if it's
mm,
an office already which are made, what should,
mm.
you know, owners will do. So we are just
Yeah,
trying to do some kind of a research on that, and we will soon come on the videos with on our Facebook and Instagram. That's why I'm asking all of them to follow, so that they will be able to see the updates.
because still we are in lockdown. We have not finished our lockdown.
Exactly, still we are
Yeah.
in lockdown. And it's very tough, you know. Again, we are also working, our team is working from home, you know,
Mm,
although we have started our office, but they
mm.
are, there are, you know, 50% of people who are coming to the office, and 50% are, you know, they opted for work from home. All right, so Ambika, I'm sure, I hope I have answered your query.
Okay, I just want some few tips for my students who wanted to join offices. Okay,
Okay.
to make some, a nice portfolio or resume. How to make a, impressive resume, because
Okay.
resume is the first thing which uh, um, uh, um, uh, employer likes. Okay, and then they call. Okay.
Shruti, you have no idea that
Huh.
it take, you know, good firms get 200, 300 CVs daily. Really, I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
daily.
And
Yeah,
if,
yeah,
and
definitely.
if your CV is not good,
Hmm.
it is very easy to get skipped.
Hmm.
Very easy. You know, even we get we get so much of CVs, and the CVs, you know, I, you know, hold my head when I see those CVs. I
Hmm.
get shocked with the quality of CV. So, okay,
Hmm.
I'm going to talk about it very quickly. Okay, guys. Uh, I'm s- Guys. If the time is left, I'm going to take your questions in the last. But this is a very important information and thing which Shruti has asked. So let's start with that. All right.
Hmm.
Thank you, Ambika. Okay. So, guys, I want to share some information, some facts with you. All right. Uh, this is this topic, you can say that one in one liner, how to make most out of your study. Okay, so that's important. Your teachers try to teach you as much as they can, but some people win, some people get amazing jobs, and some people don't get jobs. Some people do excel and some people not. Why? Is your teacher not teaching you equally? No, that's not the thing. They are teaching you, you know, equally, right? Okay, so guys, I'm starting this question, this point, how to make most of your study. So I just want to tell you, these are some stats which I know that AICTE, under AICTE, approximately more than 5,000 colleges are approved. They are approved colleges, approx 5,000. So just do a calculation. If there are 5,000 colleges and each college have 40 students, we are taking a standard. Okay, if each college has 40 students, how many students are passing out per year? 2 lakhs, right? Okay, so Shruti, can you mute?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Shruti. So just imagine, moral of story is that there is a lot of competition. All right, so but there are few things you can do as a design student to turn your education into your dream job. Of course, number one point is pay attention to the class, of course. All right, and other than those things, these are the things which we have learned with our experiences. All right, so whether you are in your final year or you have just started your education, I'm going to give you quick points of how to make most out of your studies. All right, and I am going to make podcast on this also in elaborate way, because right now I'm going to take quick points. Number one point is get involved. All right, guys, it is very very good idea to take part in the online, or some join some organizations. Like for example, you have got in you are watching this seminar, and I'm sure you are going to learn something out of this, right? So it's very good to get involved in many things. Like for example, uh, attend events. After the after COVID, we have online events, we have online awards, and you should also, you can follow the industry leaders on Instagram and Facebook, and you should also take part in design competitions. you know if you don't know even anything, what will happen? Nothing. You will just they will just throw you out of the competition, that's it. But at least you will understand that the person who won, what he has done, which you could not do. All right, so important point is get involved. All right, guys, so my second point and very very important point is make your portfolio perfect. This is what Shruti was asking and she's just gone. It's okay, but I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you about this. You have to make your portfolio very very good. Whether it's a physical portfolio or it's a Shruti, now I'm in your I'm with your question right now about making portfolio. I'm telling them how to make their portfolio very perfect. Okay, guys. Number one point is you should carefully edit your portfolio. All right. I'm going to give you a very secret tip. I don't know, someone has given you a note about the portfolio. And then secret tip is, when you're making your final year portfolio or the training portfolio, all right, you should start with two of your very very interesting projects. All right, start with two of your very interesting projects, and in the middle put everything you have, and end with your two interesting projects. Okay, that's a golden tip to make the portfolio. All right, I see portfolio, anything is it's all scattered. Your portfolio should be like a story. All right, it should tell a story that, okay, you know uh, uh, like for example, I'm going to give you example later on, but this tip you should always have while making your portfolio. Start with two interesting projects, put everything in the middle, and then end it with the two interesting projects. So this will create a continuity. When someone sees your portfolio, then they flip 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 flip, then they're ending, they stop. Okay, this is a human psychology, and I'm giving you this tip because we also do this, and everybody do it like this because everyone is so busy. All right. uh, and you know why the top companies are so busy? It will take a fraction of second to, you know, just flip over your CV if it's not good. It so just, you know, that's a very important tip. Okay. uh, and it should be organized. Just think that good portfolios get skipped. If your portfolio is unorganized, then what will happen to your portfolio? All right, guys. Okay. Another thing very important is the portfolio is a very big topic. I'm sure I'm gonna get some more details on, give some more details elaborately someday in it. But very important point, guys. Please sketch, and keep your sketches in your portfolio, whether they are hard copies or they are the scanned copies. I see no sketches in the people's portfolio. You, Shruti, you won't believe. I see the sketches who, the, you know, if you remember, in the first year we used to do the single line, you know, plan with the eraser, all those
Mhm.
stuff. Guys, just go to my Instagram page and see the way sketches are made. I make sketches in sections. All right, you see, we just did a Sephora, you know, for my team. I created sketch in section and gave it to my team to make it 3D. It was so easy for them to understand. Just imagine if you do that in your internship interview, if you're going for an interview, if you have that in your portfolio, how much impact it's going to create. It is going to tell the architect or the designer who is taking your interview about your mindset. All right, that this person, you know, your sketches are your thoughts, right, Shruti? The sketches
Yes.
are the sketches are your thoughts. So you have to lay down your imagination on the paper. All right. So, you know, nowadays people just great online portfolio they have, and they just write about their hobbies, their Instagram photography session, and there is nothing there about the design. Sorry, guys, you really need to upgrade your portfolio. All right. So why? And guys, just listen to me very carefully. Just because we have shared with you that sketches are very important, it doesn't mean that you will, you know, sketch in a way that they will look good. No. From the first year, start doing sketches of all the project, whatever you have here. All right, whatever you have in your mind. Don't do sketches for the sake of doing it. All right, and then when you're going for the interview, maybe it's the internship is in your third year, or internship is in your fifth year. I don't know how does it go, or it's in after the first year. You'll have almost like 100 200 sketches with you. All right, select 10 15. You know, you don't have to show everything, otherwise they will not gonna see it at all. All right, so select your best sketches and use them in your portfolio. So this is the importance of sketches. All right, guys. uh, okay, very important point, guys. uh, Shruti, how much time do you have? We have.
We have five more minutes.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna wind it up very quickly. You guys have to work on who you are. All right, that's very important. If you're a design student, your teacher are teaching you amazing, but you have to ask questions about who you are. All right, like you have to decide even while studying that, you know, you have to ask few questions with yourself. Right, what do I want to do? If you are interior design student, do you want to go in interiors, or you want to go in furniture design, you want to do masters, what do you want to do? Be very clear with your mindset. All right. Number 2, where I want to be. Where I want to be, as in, like, if you are studying in Bangalore, you want to continue your education, your search for the job in Bangalore, or you, after your college ends, or you're going to go back to your hometown and do work, or you want to go international, you know, you want to work with international field. So be very specific with the question from the first year, what do you want? All right. And of course, where do you want to work? In city, in town, outside India? Ask these questions from the first year with you. I'm sure you will not be clear in your preliminary years, but see, if you keep asking these questions with you, you will have a clear thoughts within yourself. All right. And of course, there's one more important question which you should ask yourself. You want to work in small company or a large company? All right. Why I am asking that? Because some people are not comfortable working in a very big company. They will feel that they are going to get lost. So you should be able to ask those questions and make a decision that I'm going to start with a small firm, maybe 4 or 5 people with that, and then I'm going to go ahead. All right. And again, very important question which you should ask yourself is that what kind of work I want to do. For example, I want to design offices, I want to do residences, I have inclination towards research work, I want to do masters, or anything. You can also think about the niches you want to go, like I want to do luxury, I want to do raw design. These are the questions which you should keep asking yourself while you are studying. And no one bas padhte ja rahe hain, there's a they're studying, and then after the final year they're saying we don't get a job. Come on, you have to stand out. All right. Okay. So also you should keep following your mentors, and follow the industry leaders. That's very, very important. And guys, make goals. Shruti, I'm going to end it with this statement that
Yes, definitely.
these are, you guys make your goals. Make a monthly goal, 3 months goal, 6 months goal, yearly goals. Goals as in,
Goals are very important in
yeah,
life,
goals
actually.
are extremely important. Students don't have goal. They are just like, yeah, I'm getting a 15-20,000. Wow, I'm going to work here. This will stagnate your life. Yes, we all are working to earn money, right? This is true. But there is a way of doing it. This is an elaborate topic. I'm sure I'm going to take, I'm going to end this conversation with Shruti, and a lot of people raising hands. I'm sorry, guys.
And
Okay,
lot of people, Ruchi, a lot of people are asking for the e-certification. Definitely, whoever has become a participant in this session, we will send them a e-certificate from Vogue. Okay, and very much, thanks Shashank and Ruchi that you discussed so many important points. Even I really appreciate, you change the myth of the people or my student, like luxury is not expensive. It's about comfort. Okay.
Of course.
A
Of course,
very
that's true.
important message you have given today, and I personally impressed with your hybrid luxury style. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going
Yeah,
to
I definitely, implement something, that hybrid in my some of my project. Okay, definitely.
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Shruti, to end with that, I just want to add one note. Guys,
Mm.
if you want the information about the luxury interior we talked about, Shruti, I'm happy to give the students this PDF. If they
Yeah.
come on my Facebook page and like the
Mhm.
page and share it and send their mail ID to me, I will mail all
Okay.
of it.
Thanks a lot, Ruchi and Shashank, both of you. Now I will just end up here only, and definitely we'll meet up again. Okay,
Thank you,
I'll make
guys.
another session with you guys with another interesting topic. Okay.
Oh God, you're
Yeah.
gonna make this work.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks,
Thank you
Ruchi and
everyone.
Shashank.
Thank you
Yeah.
students. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Bye
And
guys.
thanks to Vogue, that they have actually announced this, and they have asked us to make this happen, and they help us. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
I
Yeah.
also thank Vogue for giving
Yeah.
us opportunity to share whatever we have with us. All right,
Mm.
because these things people don't tell to each
Yeah.
one. So we have years of experience, and thank you so much for giving opportunity to speak about it.
Yeah. It's my pleasure. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Bye,
Thank you.
Ruchi. Bye, everyone. Bye.